What is up, you guys? You're watching Sergio's Secret. Today is Vlogmas. I don't know what day this video is gonna get up, but if you guys can give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. I'm wearing some little ears for the thumbnail, so let's go and do that now. Today's video are going to be handbags that I would never buy or recommend. And I'm not gonna put like the basic bags that people like to talk about, like I would never buy a Birkin, I would never buy Chanel, I would never buy Louis Vuitton. All those are always talked about, so I want to talk about things from a quality standpoint and the reasoning why I'm mentioning some of these bags, because I'm not really trying to be like other YouTubers where they kind of talk about the same thing. It's the same Chanel, the same Louis, the same everything, and I don't know, those type of channels kind of uninterest me at times. I like channels that kind of bring something new or talk about brands or things that I don't really hear being talked about a lot. And that's no tea, no shade, because those channels have audiences, but that's just not me. So let's go ahead and get started with bags that I will never buy or buy again. These could be brands or a particular handbag. So the first bag that I would never buy again is this Kogaya handbag. Now, I like Kogaya as a brand. I like their clothing, I like their bags, I like their shoes. I just don't like this bag. First of all, I have bought this bag last year. It was like $500. It's an expensive bag, especially since I got it at full price. This bag did not last me not even a night out. The first night that I wore it out to dinner, the bag already had little nicks, little crannies. It literally did not hold up as well. And I have a friend, and this is why I recommend alternative bags, because sometimes the alternative bags are a lot better quality than the actual bag. The Amazon versions of this bag, and I don't really shop at Amazon like that, so it goes to show if I'm recommending it from Amazon means it's a lot and it's a big deal. The Amazon bags of the Hana Kogaya bag are a lot better quality. You can actually go with like a longer strap. It looks a lot better, but this bag literally broke the first day that I wore it. And so for me, I would never buy this bag. I would never recommend this bag. It is basura, like it is trash. The fact that it broke the first night out, and I understand that crystal bags are very delicate, they have to be a little bit more careful, but the fact that it broke the very first day makes me know that this bag is not worth the coin. The second bag or handbag brand that I would never buy or buy again are gonna be Jacquemus bags. Now, don't hate me because I know I've talked about them in the past, but for me, Jacquemus is just not a brand that I gravitate towards their handbags. I first of all think Jacquemus in general is very much a summer brand. It's gonna be very hard for me to change my mind up. When I think of Jacquemus, I think of like linen blazers, I think of Le Chiquito, I think of, you know, just a summer in France, a summer in Italy, Miami, Florida. Like I think of very summery vacations, and I don't see it as a winter brand. I don't see it as an autumn brand. I don't see it as a year-round brand, even though they do produce like winter pieces, autumn pieces. But that being said, I just feel like the bags have like a lot of issues and a lot of quality issues. And I just am kind of over kind of the Jacquemus aesthetic for the bags. I don't know, I used to be a fan of them in the past, but now that I'm kind of like maturing and elevating my style, I find that they are just a little too trendy for my taste. I think they're a little bit more gimmicky, and I think for the price point of the bags, the price point of the bags that they are now, what they were a few years ago, is a big difference. And so the prices that Jacquemus bags are today, even some of them going up to $2,000, I personally you wouldn't catch me buying any of them. But Jacquemus bags are just not something that I'm really in love with. I think there are other brands I would prefer to buy in that price point, maybe more legacy brands or maybe more newer brands. But I think Jacquemus is just, it's a summery brand type of bag, and I'd rather use that money for something else. Number 3 are going to be any Balenciaga bags. So by the time I'm shooting this video, the runway fashion show in Los Angeles has already happened, and I'm very disappointed to see a lot of y'all's favorite celebrities, a lot of my favorite celebrities doing ad campaigns, sitting front row, acting like, well, we didn't know what happened like last year. So that being said, I side-eye people that wear Balenciaga all the time. I side-eye people. I'm just not a big fan. I think it's very creepy. I think it's very weird. I just think it's not very tasteful. I think it's not very classy. And I don't want to be associated with that brand. And so that's a brand that I did have in the past, but I don't have anything currently. And I've been getting asked, what do you guys think about the Vintage City bags? I personally wouldn't go out and buy one right now in 2023. But if you had one before Demna, then I think it's totally fine. If you have a city bag from like 2005, from 2001, I would say still wear it. I would say still get use out of. Those bags are very beautiful, high quality made leather. And the bags look really pretty as they age a little bit more. But I think current right now, you will not see me purchase anything Balenciaga and period. And this is 10 years from now. So 10 years from now, Sergio, when you are 33, you will not see me wear anything Balenciaga. Number 4 bag that I would not buy is going to be the Marc Jacobs Stam bag. Now, I was working at Marc Jacobs when this bag got introduced. When I told you we didn't sell any of these bags, we did not sell any of these bags. This bag retailed for $1,500 when you can go on the Pre-Love website and buy one that was probably better quality for about $200. I see that everybody's trying to make these Y2K bags more popular again, but I just think that Marc Jacobs just style and aesthetic has just elevated, and I think this style looks super, super dated. Yes, is it really pretty? Yes, is it really nice? Yes, but I think the Stam bag definitely has aged out in fashion, and I don't see it coming back again. And that's not a bag that I love or something that I would buy right now in current 2023. Number 5 are gonna be like Balmain bags. I don't like bags or brands that just slap their name. I think all of Balmain bags just say Balmain, Balmain, Balmain. And I also want to talk about Balmain real quick. I don't really like their new font, especially on the handbags. I prefer their older logo. I think it looked more rich in history. I think it looked more elevated. This new Balmain with the letters super spaced out, it just looks like I went to Canva and just put Balmain and printed that Balmain into a lot of the handbags. There are some Balmain bags that I like the little clutches with the little gold hardware. But like the ones that just say Balmain, 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 they just don't look like they put any effort in them. They just look like they just slapped their name and they're ready to sell them. Balmain bags have never gratitude towards me. I think they make beautiful ready-to-wear. I think they make beautiful shoes and accessories. I think we're all over of the Balmain t-shirts, the Balmain with the buttons on the side, the Balmain bags that just say the logo, Balmain watches, like all the stuff that just are just very much like put the name on it and sell it. I think I'm kind of over those days, and Balmain has just been a brand that even if it were to go like 60, 70, 80, 90% off, I still wouldn't buy it because it literally just says Balmain with no kind of like creativity. The handbags are just a little too bland, and for that price point that they're asking, there are much other brands that I would rather buy, like Aspinall of London, Strathberry, The Row, you know, even the bags from Dolce & Gabbana, I think are a lot more nicer than the Balmain because they seem to be kind of the same type of client that purchases from those two brands. Number 6 is going to be designer outlet bag from like Burberry, from Prada, from most of the bags that you see from Gucci, Prada, Burberry, and like every discount stores, those are specifically bags made for the outlet. And a lot of those bags were once sold at full price, and then they sold that stock, and then like in a couple of months to a year later, they made it as a style just exclusively for the outlets. So that being said, if you really want that bag, let's say a Burberry tote that used to be popular back in the day, I would go on the pre-loved market and purchase it because it's probably a little bit better quality and it's probably a better price as well. But handbags that are specifically made for the outlet in designer, I would stay away from. I think in the contemporary section, it's a lot better because there are some really pretty, like right now, I saw TikToks of some of the Tory Burch outlet bags that they're coming out with, like the crystal ones. They're beautiful, they're so nice. Coach has a lot of holiday bags right now. I think that's different because they kind of keep up with the current styles. But I think like Prada, Burberry, Gucci, I think a lot of those bags look super, 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 super dated. That they're just honestly just making it because it has a name on it, versus like some of the other brands. They may make off-price lines, but at least they still look current and they look nice and they look very, very, very similar to what they have in the boutiques. Versus in designer, it's the complete opposite. The bags at the outlet look nothing like the bags you see at the boutique. At least for more of the contemporary bags, they kind of flip-flop, they kind of align with each other a little bit more. Number 7 is a brand that I always get asked for, is Kurt Geiger. I do have a review from a few years ago. I will be doing an updated one very soon, but I would never buy Kurt Geiger embellished handbags. Every time you guys see me go into Nordstrom, you guys see me go into Dillard's, they just, all the embellished bags, the rhinestones and stuff, they're not well made. When I was working at Nordstrom, I would have to consistently damage out all the rhinestones, all the crystals. There would even be bags that come in the truck that had already broken. if you're gonna buy Kurt Geiger, by any means, go ahead and do it. But the overly embellished ones, I would stay away from. I don't think that they're worth the money. And if you want embellished bags, I think there are other brands like JW Pei or Charles & Keith that do a lot more better, that are in that price range than Kurt Geiger. Kurt Geiger, I think they're a little bit better for more solid colors or more kind of leather style bags. But like these super embellished tweed ones and all that stuff, I personally would stay away from if you do like the Kurt Geiger brand. Number 8, which is another video that I want to do, is like bags that I think that look fake once I automatically see them. But number 8 is the Goyard St. Louis Toe. Now this is a bag that I don't really care for because I see how this bag wears over time. And it's not that I don't like the St. Louis Toe. I think that there are other tote bags made by Goyard that are obviously going to be a lot more of a premium. You're going to be paying a couple $100s, if not $1,000 or $2,000 more for a Goyard tote. So for me, I wouldn't buy a Goyard St. Louis tote just because if I know I'm gonna have it forever, if I'm already gonna have issues, I don't want to deal with it. I might as well pay a premium and maybe get the Goyard totes with like the corners, with leather on the corners, with the zipper, that have a little bit more feature, that looks like it's been cared up a little bit more than the St. Louis tote. I think the St. Louis tote is a little overdone. But like I said, I like to have things forever or like for multiple years, especially in the designer section. So I want to make sure I'm getting my money's worth. So if that means I have to spend an extra $1,000 to get it with the zipper, with leather on the corners where it looks a lot better and that would wear a lot better, so be it. So that's why I would never go for the St. Louis tote. Number 9 is going to be another Marc Jacobs bag. This is going to be the Marc Jacobs Monogram collection. Me working at Marc Jacobs, this bag would never sell. They still keep it in their main line, but when I tell you, nobody buys any of this monogram bags, shoes, clothing, anything. It just doesn't do well, and it's just because it looks like a grandma's carpet. Like, I'm just not a fan of this monogram at all. I think there are other monogram bags that Marc Jacobs has done in the past or that are from other brands, but this one I just would not do. And the number 10th bag that I just would never buy is going to be the Loewe squeeze bag. I think that this is their take on a Chanel 22, and I think a lot of brands have done their version of it, but for whatever reason, I just don't like that it has like the extra chain. I just don't really like this bag. I feel like if you're just gonna go ahead and spend the money on the Loewe squeeze bag, and it's kind of so hard to find or reach, I really think they're just kind of slowing demand, so it makes it seem like it's more of a desirable handbag in my book. But I just think just go ahead and go to Chanel Boutique, get a 22, go on Fashion Row, get a 22. But the Loewe squeeze bag, I don't really care for at all. But yeah guys, these are gonna be 10 bags that I would never buy, kind of like in like Pacific bags or like brands in general. Let me know what you guys think. You know, I love handbags, so for me to say this, you know, says a lot. I can see the beauty in a lot of bags, but a lot of these either have issues. I don't think they're worth the money. I think that they are, you know, exploiting, you know, just off their brand to make money. So I would love to hear your thoughts and your opinions down below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? I would love to hear it in the comment section. I want to say thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye guys, and take care. And if there are any links for any of these items, I will leave them linked down below.